And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with how I am now, right? I just want to be a little better.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want you to be better too.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
the world deserves a better us. Like I feel like it's a debt to be paid to be a better version of
Very
ourselves
well put.
for sure. Because man, it's the amount of selfishness that came along with the inability to really relate on an empathetic level with the people that I was harming because I was so intoxicated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then that thing that you were talking about, mourning. You know, I think it's important to understand that as that mourning comes up, that grief of letting go of the old me,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of grief that comes along with the guilt that's involved with the behavior that was there. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
recovery from drug and alcohol addiction is a painful process to heal. Healing is a painful process. It really is. Reopening wounds, reopening old memories, revisiting people that we had harmed,
Right.
and all those things. And you know, when I identify as a coward, and I identify as sneaky, and I identify as a thief and a criminal, you know, these are all things that nobody wants in their lives.
Right.
You know, and so
Right.
I identify with you know, I build this identity around somebody that's unlovable, and then I become that on the inside of myself. And it's been a really big challenge to get to the point where I feel like I am worthy of love. That seems like that's been a huge part of my psyche for most of my life, is that, you know, I'm just unworthy of love because of my behavior. Now, getting past that stuff is a daily struggle, and I like how you talked about, you know, being okay with that changing from time to time.
Right.
You know, whatever direction that I started off on, I'm learning now to pay attention to what my inner voice is saying. You know, I'm I think I've been learning that for a really long time, but I'm learning to pay really close attention to what that's saying now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were talking before the show about wasting energy and wasting time, and you know, the things that we don't get back. And you know, I don't want to spend another moment in a wasted identity. You know, but it takes what it takes for me to come out of and understand that identity doesn't work for me.
Sure.
You know, I've been through several. You know, I've been through several in recovery. I've tried different routes of belief. I've tried different routes of unbelief. You know, I've tried different routes of what media I'm putting into my mind, what diets I'm on.
Right.
You know, I've
Right.
tried several different diets, and what this has told me, that the one thing that I know for sure, regardless of how I feel, is that I love myself today. I love myself enough to be open to whatever change I need to make in order to adapt to a way of success in my life so that I'm happy. Right? And that's what makes me happy today.
Right.
Is the ability to not go back to the drugs and alcohol, the ability to move forward in creating a new identity based on the things that didn't work for me yesterday, right? Being able to take criticism and feedback and the ideas of other people and what is working for them, so that I can try those for myself, right? Because if it's healthy in the way that I find things to be healthy today, I'm willing to try it.
Mm-hmm.
I want the maximum amount of health in my life.
Right.
I want the maximum amount of joy in my life. I want the maximum amount of friendship and trust and direction in my life. You know, and building a lifestyle around that, right, helps me build the identity that I've always wanted deep down inside, which is, when I die, I want people to say good things about me. Yeah. When I'm not here anymore, I want people to be able to say, that motherfucker, that's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that'd be a life worth living.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
Yeah.
Comes through action.
Right. Well, ultimately, it sounds like your goal is to be somebody worthy of love, because, like you said,
Yeah.
like that's sort of been,
Simple enough. Right?
yeah, something that you identified with early on, was somebody that wasn't worthy of love.
Right.
And so you're flipping that around to be like, oh yeah, that's my boy. You know what I mean?
My boy.
That's obviously somebody who has my love and respect, is, being somebody that I can speak well of after they're gone.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait till then, because
Well,
that's
good.
hopefully a long ways away.
Yeah.
I can tell you what I think about you now.
And you have,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, it's not uncommon to talk nicely about each other,
Right.
right? Because we see each other doing the work,
Right.
And that's the hope that I have for our listeners and our viewers, is that you can change this around. We're the proof. We're the proof that you can change your identity, that you can step into a greater version of yourself,
Right.
and be the person that you can be the person that you desire to be.
Right.
But it doesn't happen sitting on the couch.
Right.